Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here today because we're looking at something truly extraordinary. We're going to explore the incredible beauty of South Indian Tamil culture. Now, this isn't just a look back at ancient history, we're talking about one of the oldest living cultures in the entire world. From breathtaking ancient temples and classical dance to absolutely delicious food and incredibly powerful, deeply spiritual traditions, Tamil culture is rich, it's colorful, and it is a vibrant, beating part of our modern world. So get comfortable, and let's dive right into the beautiful world of South Indian Tamil culture.
5,000 years. Just let that sink in for a second. When we talk about Tamil culture, we're talking about an unbroken chain of heritage that stretches back millennia. It's honestly staggering to think about. While so many ancient cultures exist only in textbooks or museums, Tamil traditions have actively survived, evolved, and thrived for over 5,000 years. That massive number is basically the foundation of our explainer today. It sets the stage for a culture whose ancient roots are still fiercely protected and practiced every single day.
To really wrap our heads around this thriving culture, we'll be looking at 5 core pillars today. Number 1, an ancient living language. 2, grand temples and spirituality. 3, food, lifestyle, and virundambal. 4, classical art and music. And finally, number 5, elegant clothing and celebrations. All right, let's transition right into our very first pillar, an ancient living language, focusing on the history and the words that live on today.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is that Tamil is one of the oldest languages still spoken on Earth today. The Tamil people proudly carry a linguistic history of more than 2,000 years. But it's not just about speaking the words, it's about what those words actually carry. Enter Sangam literature. This is ancient Tamil literature that essentially acts as the ultimate anchor for their cultural history. Why? Well, because it passes down profound foundational life lessons, specifically teaching the core values of love, bravery, and wisdom. Think about iconic works by legendary poets like Thiruvallur. Imagine having a cultural playbook from thousands of years ago that literally still guides your moral compass today. That is exactly why Tamil is not just an ancient language, it's a deep emotion for millions of people.
And you might be wondering, who championed this early culture? Well, that would be the great ancient Tamil kingdoms, the Cholas, the Cheras, and the Pandyas. These guys weren't just passing rulers. They were powerful ancient kings who literally built the enduring kingdoms and the monumental temples that defined early Tamil culture. They carved their legacy into stone and scripted it into the Sangam literature we were just talking about, leaving a massive, lasting mark on South India. Let's move along to our second pillar and see how all this builds into the physical landscape. Grand temples and spirituality, the masterpieces of art and architecture. When you think of Tamil Nadu, you absolutely have to picture these magnificent centers of devotion, like the Meenakshi Amman Temple and the towering Brihadiswara Temple. Now, what's really important to grasp here is that these aren't just places of worship, they are absolute masterpieces of art and architecture. For instance, the Brihadiswara Temple was mind-bogglingly built entirely of granite without any binding material. None. Spiritual devotion is physically built right into the South Indian landscape through these massive, intricately carved structures. And they aren't quiet, static places either. They're home to incredibly vibrant temple festivals. The Tamil people celebrate these festivals with deep devotion, filling the air with music, classical dance, and joyous family gatherings. They are literally the active, beating hearts of the community. And speaking of festivals, we definitely have to highlight one of the most important ones out there, Pongal. This is a traditional festival celebrating nature, farming, and immense gratitude. It perfectly captures the culture's deep, respectful connection to the earth and to agricultural cycles. It's a time to give thanks for the harvest, recognizing that human life is deeply intertwined with the natural world. It is just a really beautiful expression of everyday thankfulness. So we've seen the grand, monumental side of things, right? The massive temples and the huge public festivals. But that leads us to a much more intimate question. How does an ancient culture actually welcome its guests? Like, how do these grand spiritual values translate into everyday home life? That brings us perfectly to our third pillar, food, lifestyle, and virundambal. This entire section is all about honoring guests and building strong family bonds. Okay, let's dive into a concept that is absolutely foundational to this culture, virundambal. This is the deeply held Tamil tradition of honoring guests with love, care, and exceptional hospitality. In Tamil culture, treating visitors with immense love isn't just about being polite, it is a crucial cultural anchor. Tamil families deeply value respect, hospitality, and incredibly strong family bonds. When you walk into a Tamil home, you aren't just a visitor, you're treated with the absolute utmost care, which reflects a daily, living practice of this ancient tradition.
And come on, you really can talk about exceptional hospitality without talking about the food. We're talking about incredible traditional Tamil cuisine here. Idli, dosa, sambar, biryani, and of course the iconic banana leaf meals. Tamil food is healthy, it is wildly flavorful, and it is loved all around the world for a very good reason. But what really stands out is the tradition of serving these delicious meals on fresh banana leaves. It's a beautifully authentic, grounding experience. Imagine families eating together, sharing these incredible dishes, connecting with each other, and actively practicing Viran Dombal over a beautifully presented banana leaf meal. It's a total sensory delight.
Let's keep things moving and shift our focus to the expressive arts for our fourth pillar, classical art and music, the melody and movement of a culture. Tamil culture is absolutely overflowing with world-renowned art and creativity. Take Bharatanatyam, for example, which is one of the world's oldest classical dance forms. It's an ancient vehicle for storytelling through incredibly precise, gorgeous movement. Then there's Carnatic music, which brings profound peace and devotion through its complex, beautiful melodies. And of course you have the energetic pulse of traditional drums. You know, these aren't just weekend hobbies. They are deeply respected art forms that fundamentally shape Tamil culture, acting as living vessels for peace, spiritual devotion, and for passing down ancient stories from generation to generation.
But art isn't just for the big stages. Think about how creativity is brought right to the doorstep of everyday people through something called the kolam. These are beautiful, highly intricate designs drawn right in front of homes to welcome positivity and happiness. It's a really distinct visual art form that essentially transforms the humble entryway of a house into a vibrant canvas of positivity.
Let's actually look at how this works as a deliberate, step-by-step practice in the daily kolam ritual. Step 1, wake up every morning. Step 2, draw these intricate kolam designs right in front of the home. And step 3, welcome positivity and happiness into the household. Think about the level of dedication that takes. Every single morning, this beautiful routine is repeated. It's a daily active choice to invite joy into the home, perfectly blending creativity with spirituality and everyday household life. We have now reached our fifth and final pillar, elegant clothing and celebrations. This is where we get to explore timeless style and family blessings. Traditional Tamil clothing brilliantly reflects the refined aesthetics of the culture. For women, we see vibrant, incredibly colorful, and highly elegant traditional silk saris. The craftsmanship and the colors are just stunning. For men, it's the classic and traditional veshti paired with shirts. Together, this traditional attire visually expresses the deep pride Tamil people have in their cultural elegance, especially when it's time for special events.
And honestly, there is no event more special than a Tamil wedding. These are the absolute peak of communal joy and tradition. They are incredibly grand celebrations that completely engage all of your senses. We're talking ancient rituals, breathtaking traditional jewelry, classical music, an absolute abundance of flowers, and, most importantly, heartfelt family blessings. It's in these moments that everything we've talked about today, the music, the clothing, the hospitality, the devotion, it all just comes together in one magnificent celebration.
So, what should you really take away from all of this? Well, Tamil culture is a beautiful combination of tradition, spirituality, strong family values, and breathtaking art. The absolute most important thing to remember is that this isn't something trapped in the past. Even in our fast-paced modern world, the Tamil people proudly protect their heritage and actively pass it down to future generations. From the daily kolam at dawn to the ancient words of Sangam literature, it is not just history. It is a beautifully living tradition. I want to leave you today with the word Vanakkam. It's a warm, traditional Tamil greeting that honors the divine within you. You know, it's so easy to look at a 5,000-year-old culture as just history. But considering how fiercely they've kept hospitality, art, and joy alive every single day, you kind of have to ask yourself, in our fast-paced, modern world, what ancient, beautiful ritual are you keeping alive? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, keep exploring, and Vanakkam.